So guys, I wanna have a little bit of a chat, a little bit of conversation, and I want to talk about something that I feel, some type of ship that is missing from CIG's very impressive list. Now, don't get me wrong, CIG doing an amazing job when it comes to their ship design and stuff like that. You know, we have wide range of ships, we have caterpillars, we have cargo runners, we have fighters, we have even the Millennium Falcon. It's just called the Star Runner. But there's one type of ship that we don't seem to have, and I must admit, I am actually surprised it's not in the game. So we're going to break it down. We're going to let you know exactly what type of ship I think it is that we need, and why I think it's important to have it in the game. But let's do it. Let's talk Star Citizen. One type of ship that Star Citizen has all but forgotten about. So guys, obviously what are we talking about here? Okay, so a little backstory. I've been watching a lot of Dark Matter lately. And if you know the show, you know where this is going. Now, Dark Matter is a TV show that's based on a crew of 5 or 6 guys, skeleton crew, who basically are mercenaries and basically kick around the galaxy doing odd jobs here and there, and basically warping from place to place, doing a job, getting paid, and being on the wrong side of law, for the most part. Sometimes they're good guys, but most part they're on the wrong side of the law, while they're being chased by police and galactic authorities and all this sort of stuff. And it got me thinking, we don't actually have a ship that is like the Raza. In fact, the only thing that would come close to that would be the Star Runner, maybe? Or something like the Perseus or something like that that's coming at a future date. But even the Perseus is a bit bigger, right? That it's a bit bigger of a ship. What I'm talking about here is one thing that we don't have is we don't have a ship that is a mercenary ship, a ship that is armed to the teeth, maybe with not necessarily the fastest of drives. So if they wanted to do some waiting, they could make it so that its jump is a bit slower, but has full armor, full shield, full weapons, and a cargo sort of space mercenary ship. And I've got the Raza on the screen here so you can see it now. Now, the reason why I think this would be important in CIG is because at the end of the day, it fills a very important niche. Now, I know everybody's probably sitting there typing in the comments, oh my god, what about this ship? Oh my god, what about that ship? As far as I know, there is no 5 to 10 crew ship that is a mercenary ship that has cargo, guns, shields, and maybe a slow jump range. That also comes with things like, for example, a dining room or living quarters, or, you know, for example, or a spa room, or like a workout room, or anything like that. Like, obviously, this is not going to be a small ship. This is the Raza in the show is around 200 meters long. So she's going to be a formidable long ship. But there's no sort of liveaboard ship that's currently in the Star Citizen universe that would actually rival something like this. The only thing that would come close, like I said, is the Star Runner. You got the Vanguard series, which is definitely not multi-crew for the large part, maybe 2 or 3. You have things like, for example, the Valkyrie, which is a drop ship, which can hold up to 20 people, but there's no real living quarters or anything like that. What I'm talking about here, when I say the Raza, is that I'm talking about a ship that is constantly on the move, or docked at a space station, has living quarters for 5 to 10 people, has a bridge that has about 3 people on there for the bridge. So you'd have a weapons officer, a nav officer, and a captain. And at the end of the day, has armaments that can defend itself with decent shield tech and maybe a slow jump range. To be honest, the Raza is a all good purpose round ship. And to be honest, let's face it, we don't really have anything that I know of like that. I'm open to suggestions. If you think there's a ship closer to that, if there's a ship that has a crew of 5 to 10, has living quarters for about 5 to 10 people, has a mess hall, has a cargo bay, has decent weapons, and is basically a mercenary ship, I'm open to suggestions. I really, really am. And like I said, maybe you could get some of the concept ships that are coming later. Maybe you could class like the Pegasus or whatever it is. Maybe something like that. But to be honest, I can't think of anything. And I'm actually quite surprised because, let's face it, CIG has a history of, how do you say this, putting out missions that seem to be on the wrong side of the law. You know, like they've turned around, and it's a question that always comes up when they do their live events, you know. Why is it the missions are always the criminal aspects? Why are there no good missions, for example? And for the most part there are, sure. But they do tend to put in a lot of criminal element. Maybe it speaks more to the mission designers at CIG. But at the end of the day, there's no real, like, for example, like you've got the one where you go aboard the Caterpillar and you have to assassinate or take out the mole, right? You've got the missions where you do like trading and drug running and stuff like that. And obviously at the end of the day, at the moment, we only have the 3 or 4 planets, so something like the Raza would be a little, at the moment, it would be useful. It would be nice to have. It would be a good way for me to spend another $300 or $400 on the game. But at the end of the day, it's something that obviously will be definitely needed later in the track because we don't necessarily have this merc type of ship. We don't have anything where mercenaries can live aboard and basically go from jump place to jump place doing jobs. And then, you know, like for example, the Raza also has a shuttlecraft, has a docked shuttlecraft that it goes down to the planet on. The only one that I can think of that has that at the moment is the 890 jump. So, you know, obviously the Raza's not a small ship. She's 200 meters long. She's about 140, 160 meters wide. Photo here. But at the end of the day, she's a beautiful ship. And it's something that this mercenary life, which, let's face it, CIG are good at designing gameplay loops around, hence their missions, would actually use. It would be something that you'd be able to take. And, you know, like people are going to say, the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is a dropship. It's not a mercenary ship. There's no real major living quarters. There's a couple of bunk beds and a couple of toilets or a toilet or something, but it's not like these are actual living quarters like what you see in the Raza. And, you know, there's no real dining room. There's no real dining table or anything like that. So at the end of the day, I am quite surprised they haven't put this sort of mercenary type ship in the game. So the question is, why do I think it would be a good fit? Well, to be honest, because CIG keep making missions that makes us want to be criminals. And at the end of the day, the fact is that mercenary life is most likely going to be a large part of CIG and Star Citizen. There are going to be people who fly around in these merc-like ships and who will want to do the reenacts, the Raza, how I might even want to do it. Maybe you'd convert me to be a gangster or a criminal. But at the end of the day, there would be this sort of ship life that people would want to live. And obviously it gets a little hard with other people signing in and out at different times and stuff like that. But I'm sure CIG can figure some way around that. But it's something that we don't have in the game at the moment. We don't have that necessary type of ship. Even though we do have a need for it. Especially when you know, like with this new law system that's coming in at the moment now. Like, for example, I just went through and did the 890 jump mission. And I wasted 3 of the guards because I thought they were the bad guys. So I got a crime stat of 3. Now, the only place I can land at is Grimhex. Right? Now, if I had the Raza, I could go and park the Raza in orbit, sign off, sign back on. You know, me and my friends could play, and we can go do some more missions. We could fly over to Grimhex to obviously refuel, and then do more missions over there. And, you know, we could be chased around the galaxy. And that would also add up gameplay loops as well, because then you would have bounty hunters and the police and whatnot chasing us around, like the Galactic Authority, running around chasing us around the galaxy, which would obviously make gameplay loops for people wanting to chase us, for example. So I definitely think it would be something that would definitely work. I definitely think it would be something that CIG should at least think of if they haven't already. And something that they could probably come up with as a concept. If you just want to hit up Dark Matter and just say, can we put the Raza in our game? I'm all for that. But, you know, like I say, obviously with the ship, you want something that's got okay speed. The Raza was never the fastest of the ships. Okay speed, something that has decent armament, decent weapons, decent shields, decent cargo capacity, living quarters, a mess hall, a gym sort of workout area or something like that. You want a ship that is self-contained. And we do have a few blueprints of the Raza here, so you could use this for ideas, for example. But I would very much like to see something like this in the game. Because at the end of the day, it's fun jumping from place to place to place to place to place. Oh, by the way, also you'll need a med bay. But it's fun jumping from place to place to place to place to place and landing at space stations and all that, which is great. But sometimes you just don't want to land at a space station. Sometimes you might just want to park in geosynchronous orbit around Lyria or around Aberdeen or whatever it may be. And then just drop the shuttle down and fly the shuttle down in there. Do a mission, fly back, land back, have some dinner around the mess, and have that, quote, ship life experience. And to be honest, I think it really, really would fit in Star Citizen. And yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think at the end of the day this would be something that would be needed for Star Citizen? Do you think it's something that you guys would like to see? Obviously, if it is, let your voices know, because at the end of the day, CIG might not have necessarily thought of this. And if they have, why haven't you not put it already in the game? But, they might have thought about this already, or might think there's not enough want for this. To be honest, I love the idea. I really love that idea of the ships actually becoming your home, a place where you actually live and stay and breathe and incorporate, and then you just simply dock at fuel stations for refuel, repair, rearm, and then be on your merry way again. Maybe get some shore leave here and there, but to be honest, the ship would be your home. And especially with Nynx and Pyro and stuff like that coming in the future, I think these mercs, these sort of merc ships are something that really would come into their element. But let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, obviously, if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to hit them up in the comment section below. CIG, please take note. I would love this type of ship. I really, really would. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you in the next video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy 3.13 live.